In 2025, one of the biggest name driver releases is of course the TaylorMade QI35 driver. But just how does this work for a mid-handicap golfer? Brett, how are you?
I'm all right, I'm a bit cold.
A little bit cold, but what a day we've got in store, sports fans. We have the brand new TaylorMade QI35 Max driver in the hands of our very own mid-handicap tester. So Brett, you like hitting drive. It's probably one of your favourite clubs to hit in the bag, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
What were your first impressions when you saw this QI35 driver?
Carbon.
There's lots of it, isn't there?
Yeah, it looks awesome though. I love the face.
Yeah, it's a fantastic looking black carbon face. Obviously carbon infinity
top
crown with that little kind of
yeah
chalk line there, so you can see where the top line is. I think that's a nice little addition.
It is, yeah.
And then we look at the bottom, we've got that inertia generator with quite a big weight at the back there, just to shove MOI back and help enhance CG, or the other way around. Shove CG back and enhance MOI, and of course we have that through slot speed pocket and all the rest. So we're going to test it out here in the golf course today. We're also going to test it inside in the studio. Apologies, there's no Bobby today. Bobby's he's gone back to the Bahamas.
Wow.
He left his passport there, so he had to go and get it back.
Bob. Has he put a sick day in?
Sick day, yeah.
Sick day.
I think he said he either said he left his passport or his sun cream and he had to go and get it back.
Anyone wanting a job, it's on Indeed at 12 o'clock.
So yeah, let's hit a few down the closing stretch here at Woolley Park Golf with this QI35 driver. We've gone for the Max one because I showed you all the heads.
Yeah.
And I mean, you basically said about just wanting something nice and forgiving to test. And
I think it's important. We can all think we're better than we are.
Absolutely. The last driver fit you had went for the PXG Black Ops. That's
yeah.
obviously the standard 0311 version. So it's not the tall version, not the low spin. One of the things I think a lot of the driver companies are doing well now is giving you an option for a low spin, for a draw, for a forgiving one, and of course for a kind of hero product. So I'm looking forward to seeing where this one goes.
Yeah, interesting.
How do you feel looking down at it?
It does feel a lot bigger than the PXG.
Yeah.
Which I don't know whether that's just the look of it or whether it actually is, but it does feel a lot bigger. Yeah, face feels nice. Let's have a go.
Wow.
That was very heely and it's hung on.
That's done really well though, just
yeah.
on the right hand side is fair. It's quite a blustery, windy day today as well.
Very high.
It's a lovely start. So if you have a look at the bottom of this driver as well, you can see that it does feature a little nod to being that kind of 10k per centimetre squared. Ooh. I'm really, really cold here, yeah. But we're getting by. And actually what TaylorMade have done with these drivers is try to make it more forgiving, but also a little bit lower spin.
Right,
so they've tried to kind of enhance the CG location to make it forgiving, yet also playable, workable, and long, which I think I described it in my review as making an amphibious F1 car.
Oh.
That can fly.
Oh.
So it's like, what was the film? Bed Knobs and Broomsticks.
Bed Knobs and Broomsticks.
Right, same again. Let's try and centre strike this time.
That were nice. Better.
That's launching really nice for you, isn't it?
Yeah. Well? Carries a long way.
Yeah, I think that's gone a long way. So we'll talk numbers later in the video as well, because we've been inside with this. But what are your thoughts on the sound and feel as well?
To me, it feels very light. I like the sound.
Yeah.
It's a quieter sound than what I'm used to with that PXG, but yeah. There's not much feeling when you actually, like I hit that first one, it was very heely.
Yeah.
There's not much feeling then back from that. It still felt like soft and...
And you have had TaylorMade drives in the past. You've had M3, M5.
Stealth.
Yeah, I forgot you had the Stealth, yeah. So.
And I didn't really particularly like the Stealth, but I've hit two from this today and obviously indoors.
Yeah.
And it's a much better feel, much better.
That's the best one, yeah. That's a lovely drawdown. That left hand side.
That was the one.
One of the things I'm getting from this is just how high that's launching as well.
Yeah, very high.
It feels like it's not a high spinny flight, but it's actually quite a high, kind of boring, powerful flight.
Really interesting.
Should we get down there and see where they are?
Let's have a look, yeah.
So being a TaylorMade fan for quite a long time actually, Brett, what are your thoughts looking at obviously the branding, the name, the new colour scheme of the QI35? Because when I first saw it, the name I don't really understand. I know it stands for kind of 5 different heads and the 3 pillars, fit, form and function that TaylorMade do like to think about when they're creating a driver. I think it looks very sim-like.
Yes, yeah, very
shape
sim-like.
In motion-like.
Yeah, very sim-like, but then very different and futuristic with all the carbon for me.
Yeah.
I think it makes it look fresh. It's different to a lot of other things that's out on market. It draws attention.
Draws attention?
Draws attention.
Right, so we have 2 balls down here in the right-hand rough and one just up in the left-hand rough, which was the last shot. So what's really interesting there is that kind of front to back dispersion. We've got 2 that you could throw a blanket over, with the one just to the left-hand side, but they've all gone a very, very similar distance.
Yeah, similar distance. Nice long way as well, to be fair.
Did the strikes feel varied or were they quite consistent?
Varied. Yeah, these 2 over here, especially that first one, which I think is the furthest right one, was very heely.
Yeah.
The best strike was actually that one to the
left.
left.
A similar distance, so
yeah.
Can't really complain too much so far.
You'd be happy. You would be happy. They've still got shots into green, even though we're right, aren't we? Oh, we're going this again.
Yeah, let's go that again, and we'll just see if we can get that level of consistency again, because I'm quite impressed with that. This is a very tough driving hole. There's a lake down that left-hand side.
And it's into the wind.
Yeah. How do you feel about the shape and look of the head? Because one of the things TaylorMade have done with this head is they've obviously made it very similar to the QI 10K. And then the standard core models are very similar looking head as well. So you could always go into the core model because it looks exactly the same as that pretty much.
No, I like it. I think it makes you feel like you've got plenty to go at.
Yeah.
Not necessarily you see a lot of face still. Gives you a little bit of, well, I feel confident to find a strike. I know 2 weren't good strikes at last hole, but let's have a go.
Wow. I keep saying wow, don't I? I never say wow in videos.
That's really good as well, that.
That's straight down there, isn't it? And to say that there's a bit of wind up there as well, it's not really deviated in flight, has it?
That were really good.
That was a good shot. Do you feel like that's too high, or are you happy with that just being a... I don't personally think the spin rate's too high there. I think it's just a nice high bombing ball flight. Spinning probably 2.6, 2.7, maybe pushing 2.8, but it feels I think that's a nice place for you.
Yeah, it feels high for me because it's a lot higher than I've been hitting the PXG that's in my bag at minute. But I suppose if that wind's up, it's a problem. But
well, not. I mean, it's windy now, and that's just not moved. As long as you get it out of the middle.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Let's see if we can replicate it again.
It's a carbon copy. They're going to be bang next to each other, those 2.
That were really good. Oh,
can't wait to see how far they've gone.
Interesting, yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
I've got one more. Do you want one more? You're going to call it with them. Should we see if we can go 3 in a row?
See if we can go 3. Let's see if we can.
Because if ever you find a driver where you can just stand there and feel like you're just kind of peeling shots every time, I think that's always going to be a drive that you should consider, because it helps you kind of keep that ball in play a bit more. They're exactly the same.
Wow, that's so good.
We'll not struggle finding those 3.
No, we've not got much walking to do, James.
3 great shots.
Lovely.
Right guys, let's see if we can do 3 more. Let's also talk numbers for this driver in the studio, because that was a really interesting session, I thought, as well.
Yeah.
But can you recreate those shots? If you can, we probably have to be asking questions about what is the best forgiving driver of the year.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's January.
Let's see how close we can get these 3.
Okay, so in the studio we actually tested the standard QI35 core model and the QI35 Max. And as you can see with the numbers, they were pretty similar. Brett actually put on a really good display for once when testing this driver, and it was really, really interesting. So the ball speed was really, really high. Spin rates were about where you'd expect them to be for nice forgiving drivers. And as you can see, pretty good carry distance and a nice total distance for both these clubs. I don't think you'd really be kind of looking at either of these as a standout model for him, but I do think that forgiveness that we've seen outside with the QI35 Max really does show just how this could be such a fantastic and such a stable driver for golfers all around the world wanting forgiveness.
Whew.
Straight over the bunker, yeah?
Left-hand bunker, yeah.
Would you try and flight this down or not? Do you have a key in your bag?
I don't know.
No, don't matter.
I think where it's been going, you just leave it as it is.
Yeah, because it's not too high, is it?
No, and that wind's not done anything there. Like we're in a good position. I think if you were picking for a fitting, you'd knock it down. I
don't know if you would. I think if the spin rate's right, which we've just seen in the studio, it is.
Yeah, you just leave it.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's an absolute rocket.
Peach. A little draw on that as well.
Yeah, there was. First time I've seen that in a while.
Yeah.
It's enjoyable to watch.
You feel like a little proud dad, don't you, really? He has been practicing. Ooh,
tiny bit leaky, but it's still in the fairway.
Cuts slightly.
Like if that's the bad one, just up there.
Yeah. Little bit short, that one.
That's the kind of high spinny one, but I don't think, if that's the high spinny one, I don't think you'd be able to fit that out. I think that's just the impact positions.
Yeah.
And if you were to fit it out, I think your good shots would suffer. I don't think they'd have the
same. Yeah. Right, come on then. See if we can find that first one.
I wouldn't even call that last one a bad one, to be honest.
No, but if you were playing this hole, it's left a long way in, hasn't it?
But it is 400 yards into the wind.
True.
And it's 2 degrees. Good. Really good. It's just really trying to be nice and arrow straight for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Guys, that is a mid-handicap review of the brand new TaylorMade QI 35 Max driver. I'm pretty much lost for words with that. What would you recap with it?
I think same as you. It were unexpected to be that good.
You're not that guy, are you?
I'm not that guy, no.
Maybe now.
I am. Ooh.